What's good, All Day fam? Welcome back to Reality Sports. This is All Day. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Chime in, give me your predictions, because this is what we're going to do right now. We're going to get into predictions. NFL Week 4 is here. We're already a month in. To me, this season is going by fast already. Too fast. And I just would like it to slow down a little bit so I can be able to capture every single game. But I mean, it's been a very interesting season to say the least. It's kind of disappointing at the same time because of all these damn injuries. They're very annoying. I mean, but that's part of football. But it's just like, goodness gracious. I mean, with Joe Burrow and J.J. McCarthy, it's like you want to see these players play a full season and then they just get injured. And just one thing I just can't stand is when some guys like Joe Burrow gets injured, they get so many excuses. Oh, if he's healthy, they go to the playoffs. Oh, he's healthy, they go to the Super Bowl. Oh, when he's healthy, he's the one of the best in the league. Stop. I'm tired of hearing these Joe Burrow excuses. Joe Burrow is not a top 5 quarterback anymore. And let's just stop praising Joe Burrow off going to the Super Bowl in 1 year and going to the AFC Championship the next. I mean, that's all he's did. Ever since he's been in the league, that's all he did. His beginning of his career. Ever since then, he's really has done absolutely nothing. So, stop putting Joe Burrow in top 5, please. And again, I'm going to keep saying this. We have yet to see what Joe Burrow can do without his elite wide receivers. We have yet to see it. Because unlike him, his receivers stay healthy. As far as I'm concerned. I think Jamar Chase missed some games 1 year, but he didn't miss a whole season. I think T. Higgins missed some games 1 season, but he didn't miss an entire season. Joe Burrow has benefited more than any other top quarterbacks in the league from elite wide receivers. Elite. Not good. Elite. Top 5 wide receiver. I mean, T. Higgins isn't really top 5, but T. Higgins might be top 10. He might be top 10. So, let's just stop. Please, let's just stop. But let's get into this. I'm going to give you my predictions. Don't want to waste too much of your time. I've got my picks, predictions, and score breakdowns. No fluff, no bias, just the real. So let's run through the schedule. Game 1. That is going to be an early game. And we got the Steelers versus the Vikings in Dublin, Ireland. The NFL is pushing to play a lot more of these games overseas. I get it. The NFL wants to make more money, so it's a business. I get it. You got it. I mean, the whole purpose of business is to make money, keep making money. So I get it. So the Steelers are 2-1. Vikings 2-1 in Dublin. This might be the game of the. No, this definitely won't be the game of the week. But both teams are physical. Both can grind it out. Let's see. Well, Steelers aren't really that physical. Vikings are though. For some reason, I decided to go with the Steelers beating the Vikings in this game, 27-25, in a no-biter. And the reason why I chose the Steelers to win this game, 27-25, is because I just don't really trust the Vikings quarterback. I never really been a fan of him. I mean, I know he has elite wide receivers. An elite wide receiver. Jordan Addison is not playing right now, but he has Jay Jetta. But I just don't really think the Vikings is going to win this game. I think a lot of people have the Vikings beating the Steelers, and which is understandable because the Steelers aren't really playing that well either. Aaron Rodgers isn't really playing all that well, and but I think the Steelers can pull it through. Mike Tomlin. It's Mike Tomlin against a backup quarterback, so I don't want to disrespect Mike Tomlin like that. I'm gonna go with the Steelers, 27-25. It's kind of a risky prediction, or I guess you say a bold prediction, but I'm gonna go with it. We got game 2. You got the Eagles versus the Buccaneers. We got an undefeated clash. We got the 3. Hold on, is the Eagles? Is the Buccaneers undefeated? I think the Buccaneers are undefeated, aren't they? Let me see. Because I wrote that the Buccaneers are undefeated, but I just wanted to be for sure. I thought they probably had a loss. Let's see. Bucks. Yeah, they are undefeated. Okay, yeah. So we got the undefeated Eagles against the undefeated Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's gonna be a heavyweight fight. This may be game of the week, but I think the Eagles want to pull away late, 34-27. Philly's depth and their ability to finish games separates them from the Buccaneers. I think they're going to get it. And you know what's ironic is that Baker Mayfield and Jalen Hurts are like the same size, kind of the same type of quarterback, but Baker Mayfield has a little bit of a better arm on him and a little bit more grit, but I think Jalen Hurts is a bit more intelligent. But they kind of are almost like the same type of quarterback. But, I mean, if I was drafting, I would probably build my team around Jalen Hurts more than Baker. Not taking anything from Baker because I do love Baker Mayfield's attitude. I mean, he has an attitude. He is a legitimate football player. So, I don't think you can go any wrong if you had to choose between Baker Mayfield and Jalen Hurts. But I would probably build my team around Jalen Hurts over Baker Mayfield. Probably. Because I just think, and the reason why I give him, because I think Jalen Hurts is more intelligent. I think he's a smarter football player. And Jalen Hurts, I feel like he's a type of quarterback that can almost gel into almost any system. Even though I don't think when all bets are off and you have to put everything on Jalen Hurts, I don't think Jalen Hurts would show up. I don't want to say I don't think he'd show up. I don't think Jalen Hurts has the skill set to put an entire team franchise on his back. I'm saying if he had so many injuries, dealing with a lot of hell, somebody like Justin Herbert or Patrick Mahomes, something like that, if Jalen Hurts can still produce, I don't think he will. But yeah. So let's go on. Browns versus Lions. We got the 1 and 2 Browns heading to Detroit. I'm going to pick the Lions 24-10. All right, we got the Chargers versus the Giants. I'm always looking forward to these Chargers games to spectate and see how the Chargers can win. See how great my boy Justin Herbert is going to do with Justin Herbert on this Hall of Fame trajectory. We got the 3-0 Chargers at the 0-3 Giants, and it's going to be kind of exciting and interesting to see Jackson Dart with his first start. But I'm going to go ahead and say the Chargers are going to dominate this game. I'm going to say Chargers are going to dominate 35-0. And that's not saying anything about Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart is going up against an elite, one of the best defenses in the league. And if the Giants score any points, it's going to be a letdown for the Chargers' defense. Plain and simple. So the Chargers' defense better not let any scores in this game. 35-0. Plain and simple. And Justin Hurt, please, definitely not trying to disrespect my quarterback. Justin Hurt is going to have a field day. He better have a field day. We got the Saints versus the Bills. We got the 3-0 Bills hosting the winless Saints. So Buffalo's defense, I'm going to think they're going to suffocate the Saints. I'm going to say the Bills is going to roll. It's like the Chargers is going to destroy the Giants. I'm going to say the Bills are going to beat the Bills 27-3. 27-3. And I didn't give the Bills 30 points because Josh Allen, he's another quarterback that I think a lot of people just love just praising. Not praise. Listen, Josh Allen deserves all the praise. He's a great quarterback. But I think sometimes he gets too much credit than what he deserves. People love saying, oh, Josh Allen has no talent around him, so he's automatically the best quarterback in the league. First off, he does have talent around him. He doesn't have, like, a top 5 talent, but he definitely has talent. And he definitely has a top 5 offensive line, and that says a lot. And that's doing a lot. So just like with Jalen Hurts, we're going to say Jalen Hurts benefits from a great offensive line. I never hear anybody say Josh Allen benefits from a great offensive line. Josh Allen has had the most elite offensive line in the NFL for the past few years now, and nobody's saying it. He has an offensive line probably just as good as the Eagles. So let's stop saying that Josh Allen doesn't have anything. He does. A quarterback with a great offensive line is very beneficial. Very beneficial. And then not only that, just like Jalen Hurts, he has a good running game right behind him as well. A running game is a quarterback's best friend. It gets a quarterback, it keeps the offense balanced, It gives the all offense more options. It gives the quarterback more options, and it helps the quarterback to make better options as well and to make better decisions. It helps him out. So you're talking about an elite offensive line, and you're talking about a really good running game in James Cook. That helps Josh Allen. And Josh Allen is a running back himself. He's a running back that can throw the ball. That's really all he needs. It doesn't even matter who he has at wide receiver or at tight end. To be honest with you, especially with a quarterback like Josh Allen, it's almost the same situation as Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Hurts has more elite wide receivers. But Josh Allen, he has two really good tight ends, and people want to overlook that. He has very good, reliable tight ends, and he has a pretty good receiving core as well. They're not elite, but they are very reliable receivers. Shakur, he's a really good, reliable wide receiver. He's very good. And then he has Keon Coleman, who Keon Coleman more than likely will transform into an elite wide receiver, maybe one day. And then he has Josh Palmer as well, who is another reliable wide receiver. Josh Palmer, I know because Josh Palmer was with the Chargers, and Josh Palmer's on the Bills now. He has good wide receivers, and he has even more reliable wide receivers than he ever had. So let's just stop with this. Josh Allen has nobody around him. He does, and it's disrespectful to the team around him because everybody just wants Josh Allen just to be this great quarterback, which he is, but he's not the best. He's not the best quarterback. And I think we forget that Josh Allen had a huge problem with turning the ball over a lot earlier in his career because they was putting so much on him. When they were putting so much on him, he was turning the ball over. And this is what great coaching does. Great coaching coaches around the player's talent, skill set. He noticed that Josh Allen can't do too much. Because if he does do too much, if he has everything on him, he's going to have turnovers. And to be honest with you, it's only a matter of time when his team starts breaking down, and then he's going to start getting more and more pressure on him, and they're going to start asking more and more of Josh Allen to do things, and he's going to start making more mistakes. Because I honestly don't think those mistakes really simmered. I think his coach has a lot to do with that. I mean, just like when Brian Daboll was there. So don't get me wrong. Like I said, coaching in football matters. But let's stop ignoring why Josh Allen is playing well right now. Let's stop that. Since Josh Allen has been in the league, everybody wanted him to be great. Everybody wanted him to be great. Everybody wanted to see him beat Patrick Mahomes. He got his MVP. They were pushing that MVP case way before he got the MVP. I know this. I remember. And because I remember when Josh Allen first got into the league, he was doing absolutely nothing until they got Stephon Diggs. Literally nothing. And then his turnovers were still a problem until Brian Daboll and everybody's pretty much changed up his ways. And Josh Allen does benefit from a great offensive coordinator as well, and Joe Brady. So let's stop acting like it's all Josh Allen. No. When we're talking about a quarterback that's doing everything when everything around him breaks down, Justin Herbert beginning his career. Patrick Mahomes now. And a few years ago. Those are the only two quarterbacks I could think of. Even Lamar Jackson, prior to him getting Derrick Henry and everything. But Lamar Jackson has more responsibilities than Josh Allen does. Okay? That's why I still think Lamar Jackson is a better quarterback than Josh Allen. So and I would still think that Lamar Jackson is better than Josh. I would still think that. Now Lamar Jackson, he sometimes does not show up in the playoffs. Josh Allen, he plays well in the playoffs, but he hasn't even been to the AFC Championship, and he hasn't. Wait, has he? I think he has, but he hasn't even. I know he hasn't won one. I know that much. So, yeah, I don't even think I don't know. Have they played the Chiefs? I don't know. I don't care about looking it up, but I know it doesn't matter. He hasn't won an AFC Championship. I know that much. So, it doesn't matter. So, as far as I'm concerned, he falls just as much short as Lamar Jackson does. So, I can care less. So, and I will still say that Lamar Jackson is a better quarterback than Josh Allen. I will still say that. I still think he is. And yeah, but I mean, like, Justin Herbert better than all of them. I don't even care. I've been saying Justin Herbert is better than Patrick Mahomes. If Justin Herbert had a coach like Andy Reid, can you imagine what Justin Herbert will be doing? If Justin Herbert had somebody like Tyreek Hill in the beginning of his career and Andy Reid, could you imagine Justin Herbert will win just as many Super Bowls? So that's that. But we're gonna move on. We got the Commanders and the Falcons. We got the 2-1 Commanders versus the 1-2 Falcons. I'm gonna say this is gonna be a close game. I see Atlanta squeaking it out at home. I'm gonna say Falcons is gonna win 22-20. Falcons 22-20. We got the Panthers at the Patriots. This game, I'm not really looking forward to this game, but I'm going to say the Panthers is going to win 23-20. Hopefully my boy Bryce Young can get it together, you know. I still root for Bryce Young. We got the Titans versus Texans. So I'm going to say that we got the 0-3 Titans versus the Texans. We got, let's see, I got Houston taking this. I got the Texans beating the Titans 23-22. We got the Colts versus the Rams. I think this is going to be one of the game of the week. Like, you know, Buccaneers, Eagles, it's going to be between them two. I don't know. Like, one of, like, games, or my game of the week, the games that I think that's going to be, like, really competitive, elite games. I'm really looking forward to this game. I want to see if the Colts can stay undefeated. But I got the Rams beating the Colts. So we got 3-0 Colts with the 2-1 Rams. I just do not see the Rams losing this game. The Rams shouldn't lose this game. It's going to be a huge disappointment if the Rams let the Colts beat them. But, again, it's not going to be a walk in the park, and the Colts are really good. But I think the Rams is going to edge it out 27-25. I'm gonna give it the Rams 27, Colts 25. We got the Jaguars versus the 49ers. And that's another thing. Brock Purdy, he's hurt. So I mean, but in Trevor Lawrence, he's just a huge disappointment. But I'm gonna give this game to the 49ers. I'm gonna say the 49ers is gonna win 20-12. We got the Ravens and the Chiefs. This is gonna be a pretty exciting game. It's always exciting to see who the Chiefs is gonna go. How the Chiefs are gonna play. It's always exciting to watch the Chiefs play. Period. Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, even though they have all these injuries. I think Xavier Worthy is back. I'm not sure, but I think I did hear that Xavier Worthy was back. But I'm going to go ahead and say that the Ravens is going to win this game. It's not going to be a huge letdown by the Chiefs. The Chiefs has got too much going wrong for them right now. I want to give this game to the Ravens. I'm going to say the Ravens is going to win 24-21. The Ravens really can't afford to lose this game. They really can't. We got the Bears, the Raiders, both 1-2. I got the Bears beating the Raiders 24-21. We got the Packers versus the Cowboys. It's going to be kind of interesting to see Michael Parsons destroy Dak Prescott, but I mean, the Cowboys defense is so terrible, amongst one of the worst in the league, like the Ravens. But I'm going to go ahead and give this game to the Packers 31-20. The Packers should win this game. They better win this game. It'd be a huge disappointment if the Packers lose this game. We got the Jets versus the Dolphins, Monday Night Football. We got the battle of the terribles. I mean, I want to. I don't even know if I even want to watch this game. I want to try to watch it, still watch it just for film, just to talk about it. But this game is going to be terrible to watch. We got the Dolphins, Jets. I got the Dolphins pulling it out. I was trying to decide who was going to win this game. This game can go either way because I just think both teams are. I'm not going to say the Jets are trash. Because I think Aaron Glenn can get turned around. I think he's doing a pretty good job as a coach, even though the Jets are winless right now. But and he's working with Justin Fields, Justin Fields is just not a good quarterback. But I do give credit. I do want to give credit to Aaron Glenn for working with Justin Fields, trusting in Justin Fields. But he's just gonna have to understand Justin Fields is just not it, and just stop riding with him. You're going to be in a good position to get a good quarterback next year. Just draft a good quarterback so you can keep your job and you can go on and having a successful career as a head coach. Because I think Aaron Glenn could be a good coach. I think he can. So let's just say we're going to say the Jets. But I'm going to still say the Jets are going to lose this game. I'm going to give this game to the Dolphins. We're going to say the Dolphins is going to win this game 23-20. We got the Bengals versus the Broncos. And speaking of, I think Aaron Glenn should get a quarterback. The Dolphins needs to look into getting a quarterback too. They really should. They both will be in a good position to get a high draft picks. So, Bengals versus Broncos. This game would have been really exciting if Joe Burrow wasn't hurt, which is not a surprise, and it's very annoying. And I can only imagine how annoying it is for a Bengals. And again, Don't blame that on his offensive line. It's Joe Burrow. Is Joe Burrow the reason why he's getting hit that much, getting sacked like that, and getting hurt? So, but I got the Broncos beating the Bengals. The Broncos should win this game. The Broncos should not allow the Bengals to beat them, especially with a backup quarterback. So I'm going to say the Broncos is going to win this game 23-20. Broncos 23, Bengals 20. That's going to wrap up week 4. So just you guys just remember that it's a very, very early game. The Steelers and the crap, I forgot just that fast. Steelers and the Vikings in Ireland. That game comes on at 6:30, and then we got Monday night. We got a doubleheader on Monday night. Jets, Dolphins, Bengals, Broncos. So just to inform you all on that. So that's the slate for week 4. Drop your predictions in the comments. Who you rocking with? Who's pulling off the upsets? Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. And with Reality Sports, this is all day. All day fam. Let's get it. Thank you so much. I'll be back soon. I'll be back actually for a Sunday night recap. Deuces.